Alright, in this video we want to talk about break-even analysis. Break-even occurs where there's no profit and no loss. Essentially, your total revenue equals your total cost. We also have to remember that total costs are equal to fixed costs plus variable costs. And that fixed costs, also remember, they don't change with the quantity of the output. You pay the same for fixed costs regardless of the output. Whether your output is 1 pizza or 1,000,000 pizzas, your fixed costs are the same. Variable costs, in contrast, change with each unit of output. So for every pizza, your variable cost would increase. So let's look at this analysis. I do some research and I determine that I can sell pizzas for 30 reals each. I can rent space for 3,000 reals per month, and it'll cost 15 reals to make each pizza. So my first equation on the total revenue would simply be total revenue is equal to price times Q. I know that price is 30, so it would be 30 times Q, or 30Q. My fixed costs are 3,000 a month, and my variable costs are 15 times Q, or 15Q. Total costs, once again, are equal to fixed costs plus variable costs. So in this case, it would be my total cost equation would be 3,000 plus 15Q. So how many pizzas do I have to sell to break even? I simply set total revenue equal to total costs. In this case, the equation for total revenue is 30Q, and the equation for total cost is 3,000 plus 15Q. So when I set those equal and solve for Q, the first step would be to subtract 15Q from both sides. When I do that, I end up with 15Q equal 3,000, and then I divide both sides by 15. In that case, I would end up with Q equals 200. And to check that, I could plug 200 back into either the total revenue equation or the total cost equation, and they should equal each other. My total revenue at 6,000 would equal my total cost at 6,000. All right, if we were to graph this analysis, we would begin with our total cost equation at 3,000 plus 15Q. So my y-intercept, or the intercept when Q would be 0, would be 3,000, and the slope of that equation would increase at a rate of 15 per each Q. The total revenue, on the other hand, that equation is just 30Q. So I'm selling the pizzas at 30 reals a piece. When Q is 0, my revenue would be 0. As it increases, the slope of that total revenue line would actually be 30Q. So my break-even point would be where those two lines intersect, and we note here that it also is indicating a break-even point at 200 units, or Q equal 200. Now, up until 200, this area here is represented by loss, where my costs are above my revenue, but beyond 200 pizzas, my revenues are actually greater than my costs, so that would be profit. The green area would be profit. So once again, break-even point is where there's no loss and no profit. To solve for that, we just derive the total revenue and the total cost equations, set them equal to each other, and then solve for Q. Once we have Q, we can plug that in and get our solution. That is a review of break-even.